call too.
Come with me and you will see a place that's lots of fun to be. Say hi, join hands, 'cause we're all good friends with our neighbors round the world. All join hands around the world. Hello, everybody. I'm Beryl Bernay. This is a wonderful time of year, a time of holidays in almost every country in the world. And it's children who make a holiday a time of wonder, of love, and of joy. So, let's all join hands with some of the world's children at holiday time today and begin in Mexico with a game that children play at Christmas and at parties all year round. You know what it is? It's the piñata game. Everybody out of the way. There it is. And stop. Well, put that back. Now, who wants to hold this for me? Charlotte, you hold this for me. All right. Willie, come over here. Anto and Odette, come on over here. On this side, it's safer. All right. This is how you play it. You blindfold somebody, and you give him a stick. Hold it tight. And you turn him around, and then you go straight ahead. Swing at the piñata. To hit it is just dandy. Try to get it quickly. It's full faster sugar candy. Go a little bit back here. Whoop, 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 whoops. All right, let's try the next one. Well, I guess you didn't get it, Willie. I'll give you directions. The next one. Charlie, you want to help me down? Okay, Anto, come on over. Here we go. Can you see? Turn around one. All right, now straight ahead and swing. Swing at the piñata. It's full of sugar candy. He got it. I get it quickly. He got it. All right. That's how it goes. Now, everybody, let's go inside. Give me back the stick. Thank you. And we're all going to join hands with our friends around the world in the All Join Hands Studio House. Let's go. Let's all get introduced. Now, this is Willie, and this is Jane, this is Olga, and this is Anto, and this is Odette, and Shala, and Livia, and Heather, and Rosemary. Now, that's everybody. And who's that? Doodle and Trello, right. Hi, Doodle. Hi there. Oh, it's so funny. Yes. Holidays are wonderful. Yes, they are. Oh, and sometimes they're very different. Yes, and sometimes they're very much the same. And shall we go see them? All right, let's go see them. Well, now we can't leave without Miss Bookworm, can we? Everybody call Miss Bookworm.
Yes.
Miss Bookworm! Miss Bookworm!
Oh, my goodness, I'm all out of breath. I was hurrying, so I hope you like my new clothes. Children all over the world get new clothes at holiday time.
You look lovely, dear. Now, are your imaginations ready? Yes? All right, I'll get the globe set, and everybody sing with me. Spin the globe, what shall we see? Make a wish, say 1, 2, 3. Where do you think we're going to go? Where do you think we're going to go first? We're going to go to Asia. Let's see who we're going to meet. Who do you think it's going to be? What do you think it is? What do you think? It's a funny kind of dragon. That's what it is. And he's from Japan. That's where he's from. And on New Year's Day in Japan, the little boys do something very special. They fly all kinds of kites. That's what they do. What kind of kite is he flying?
Dragon.
A dragon kite, that's right. Now you think about kites, and we'll visit a neighbor country of Korea. And it's New Year's Day in Korea, too. And the temple bells are ringing. And it's a giant birthday party because everybody in Korea is 1 year older on New Year's Day. So it's everybody's birthday. And the little girls have new clothes. And they jump up and down on a special seesaw. Only on New Year's Day. What do little boys do?
Fly kites.
They fly kites, too, that's right. And they fly their kites every single day for 15 days. And if you should happen to see a kite flying by one day, it just might be that a little boy from Korea let it go on the 15th day to fly off into the sky for good luck. Now then, while we're in Asia, let's visit the country of India, where the people are Hindu, and they were taught by a very great man named Mahatma Gandhi to be kind to others and to live together in peace. Now we're going to visit India in a very different way. We're going to tell a story with our hands, and the movements are called mudras. Here's how the story goes. Once, everybody do it with me, there was a forest. Not a real forest, but we'll pretend that it was. And in the forest were tigers and elephants and birds and deer. Good. And crocodile. And snakes. And each animal quarreled with the others. Why do you think they quarreled? They quarreled because they were afraid of each other. Because of all their different ways. They were different colors and sizes, and they ate different foods, and they made different sounds. And some of them slept in trees. And some of them slept in caves. And some of them slept just anywhere on the ground. Well, then one day, something terrible happened. There was thunder and lightning, and the wind howled. And a flash of lightning struck one of the trees and set it on fire. Fire spread through the whole forest, and all the animals were very frightened until the birds led the way to the river, where they'd all be safe. So all the animals huddled together to keep warm. And they forgot all about quarreling and being afraid of each other. And then it began to rain. And it rained, and it rained, and it rained, until the rain put out the fire in the forest. Well, all of the animals looked at each other. And they all were still different sizes and colors, and they ate different foods, and they made different sounds. But it was possible for them to be friends. And one by one, the animals filed out of the water. And the moon and and the stars came out, and that night, there was peace. Now, here we go again. Ready for this song? All right. Come on, we have another visitor. Come on over here. Come on, dear. Good boy. And you sit with Rosemary, all right? What is your name? What is it? This is KB, whom we didn't meet before. Welcome, KB. Now see if you can sing the song with us. Spin the globe, what shall we see? Make a wish, say 1, 2, 3, and where shall we go? We'll go to Egypt at the time of Ramadan and the holiday of Eid al-Fitr, which is at the end of Ramadan. Now the little boys carry beautiful decorated lanterns through the streets, and they sing a song. And all the Muslim countries in the world celebrate the end of Ramadan, and they have great feasts with very delicious food, for it's been a month of fast. And then all the houses are cleaned and scrubbed, and everybody gets new clothes, and there are parties, and the children get presents, and everybody visits their friends and relatives. And we're going to visit a country in Africa called Nigeria, where there will be a procession at the end of Ramadan. Let's watch it. Now the trumpeter blows his trumpet to announce the chief. Now, let's spin the globe again. Spin the globe, what shall we see? Make a wish, say 1, 2, 3, and we're off to Poland this time. There we are. Now, once upon a very long time ago, there was a terrible dragon who lived in Poland, and he breathed fire wherever he wished, and everybody was very afraid of him. And they were afraid to celebrate Christmas and to visit each other and to give presents. Even the beautiful princess was afraid, and her father kept her locked up in the castle to protect her from the terrible dragon. But the princess didn't like staying locked up in the castle very much more than she liked the dragon. And besides, she wanted to give a Christmas party. For one afternoon, a young shepherd named Crocus was tending his sheep and singing a song, and there on the balcony was the lovely princess looking very sad. Crocus called, "Oh, beautiful princess, is there anything I can do to make you smile?" The princess sighed. "Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. As long as the terrible dragon lives, I shall have to stay cooped up in this castle, and I can't have my Christmas party, and that's a terrible fate. Oh, dear." Well, Crocus couldn't bear to see the princess crying, and he said, "Princess, I will kill the dragon for you." And he called Do widzenia, and he turned to leave, and the princess called after him, "No, no, no, not you, Crocus. You might get hurt, and what would I do? Oh, please be careful, Crocus." But Crocus was gone. Well, he traveled until he met a rabbit in his path, and he said, "Dzień dobry, Rabbit, can you direct me to the terrible dragon?" The rabbit shook and shivered and twitched his nose and said, He lives in a cave far away from here. Are you going to kill him?" "Yes, I am," said Crocus. "Will you help?" Oh, no, I'd love to, but I just remembered I have to get home to my family right away." And the rabbit hopped out of sight as fast as a rabbit can hop. Crocus kept walking, and soon he came to a river, and there was a duck waiting near the shore. "Dzień dobry, duck," he said. "Will you direct me to the terrible dragon's cave?" "Quack," said the duck. "He lives in a cave not too far from here." "Will you help me find him?" said Crocus. "Quack, I'd like to, but I can't," said the duck, "for I just remembered I promised my brothers I'd catch the fish for dinner." And with a final quack, he dived underwater. So Crocus kept walking until he came to a fox in his path. "Dzień dobry, fox," he said. "Will you direct me to the terrible dragon's cave?" And the fox said, "His cave is right over there." And he turned and he leaped away so quickly that all Crocus could see was a bushy tail whizzing past. So Crocus would have to take care of the terrible dragon all by himself. He took a sheepskin out of his pack, and he stuffed it with sulfur. And then he put it right outside the entrance to the dragon's cave, and he called, "Terrible dragon, here's your dinner for you." He ran to hide. There was a rumble from inside the cave and a puff of smoke, and the dragon's head appeared. He said, "Who dares to come to my cave?" He was breathing slowly. And then he saw the stuffed sheepskin standing there, and he was so greedy, he gobbled it all up in one gobble without even looking at it. Well, sulfur burns, and there was all that sulfur in his stomach burning like fire. In fact, the dragon began to hiccup. He hiccuped fire when he hiccuped, and he said, "Oh, my goodness," hiccuped the dragon, "I need some water." And he ran as fast as he could to a nearby river, and he drank it all up. Well, sulfur and water don't mix at all. And suddenly there was a terrible noise like thunder in the dragon's stomach, and boom! There was a fiery explosion. And not a bit of dragon was left anywhere in sight. So the princess was able to give her Christmas party after all. And all the people and all the animals in the kingdom were invited. And the princess and Crocus got married, of course. She insisted. And he got half of the kingdom besides, and that's the end of our visit to Poland. Now let's go right across the border to Russia. And there's a very wonderful old man. Well, it's not Santa Claus, and it's not St. Nicholas. It's Father Frost with a beard of icicles and a hat of fur. And he brings presents to all the children, and his name is Jetta Moros. Now, if you were in Russia at holiday time, you'd be sure to hear the sound of sleigh bells, because Russian children love the sleigh bells, and they love to ride in sleighs. And they love dancing and puppets, too. So let's put all that together, all right? Guess what I have here? Bells, sleigh bells. Now, take one end. Everybody take part of it. Here, right? To Willie. And everybody take one. All right, now, you keep time to the music, all right? And I'm going to tell two tiny puppets to get ready for their dance. All right, now, start to keep time to the music. All right, go ahead. Shake the sleigh bells, right. Very good. Keep going. Bill, I tell you to stop. Good. Now they're ready. And that's the end. So give me back the sleigh bells, because we're going to another country. It's much warmer. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, they're noisy, aren't they? Well, we're going to Italy. Let's go into a little house. Now it's January 6th, and the story goes that the good witch Befana was sweeping her house when there was a knock at the door. There's the witch sweeping her house, and she called, and the door opened, and there was a wise man, a king, standing there, and he said, "Please show me the way to Bethlehem." And witch Befana said, "I can't you see I'm busy?" So he went away. And then there was another knock at the door, and there were two more kings who asked for the way to Bethlehem, and they asked her to come with them, and she said, "Oh, no, dear me, I'm much too busy. I'll see you later." Well, it said that the good witch Befana was very sorry that she hadn't gone with the three kings, and that ever since she's been going all over Italy on January 6th, giving presents to children. So let's pretend we're in a little house in Italy. The children are fast asleep. And who's going to come down the chimney?
Santa Claus.
No.
The witch.
The witch. right. And so let's call her. Call which Fauna?
Here I am. Children who've been good and bad, you cannot hide from me. Your shoes I'll fill with presents fine or else with coal, you'll see.
And she quickly fills all the shoes, and then she rushes back up the chimney. When the children wake up, what do you think they find? Presents or coal?
Presents.
Presents is right, for which Befana knows that a person can't be good all the time. Well, now we're going to go off again. So, spin the globe, what shall we see? Make a wish, say 1, 2, 3. And we're going to Israel. At Hanukkah time. And the center candle, called the shamus, is lit first. Let's watch it. And then, every night, for a whole week, another candle is lit until all 8 candles are burning. And every night the children get presents. And they play with a special top called a dreidel. Here's how it goes. Come here, Willie. And come here, Odette. Come on over here. You spin it. I have a little dreidel. It loves to dance and spin. A happy game of dreidel. Oops, is complain. Now let's begin. Oh, dreidel, 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 it loves to dance and spin. Oh, dreidel, 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 it's made of play and spin. Thank you. Now, here we go again. Get ready. In the globe, what shall we see? Make a wish, say 1, 2, 3, and we're off to sweet. Where are the children? Put a sheaf of wheat out for the birds as a present. And they give the animals a special Christmas dinner, and then they go to sleep. And while they sleep, what do you suppose comes along to give out the presents? Not Santa Claus. It's a magic little man called a Yuletomten, who speaks a special language that the birds and the animals can understand. And he calls, "Glad Yule, birds, do you like your presents?" The birds nod their wings, and they say yes they do. And then he opens the barn door, and he says, "Glad Yule, animals, horse, come out here." And the horse comes out, and he says, "Horse, did you have a good year?" And the horse says, "Yes, he did." And then he calls the cow, and the cow says, "Yes, she had a good year, too." And the dog says he did, too. And the chicken says she did, too. And so then the Yuletomten said, "Well, then I won't cause any mischief this year. God rule everybody," and he leaves presents for all the children. And next morning, when they come outside, sure enough, there are all the little tracks in the snow, which prove that the tomte was there. Nobody's ever seen him. You know what he looks like? He looks like this. Put him over here with the children. And this is his wife. And all the children in Sweden love to ride on the Christmas goat, who looks like this. There. Now, where's Doodle? Doodle? There's Doodle. Oh, Doodle says that he and Miss Bookworm want to sing a song with us. You ready? Okay. Let's call Miss Bookworm. Miss Bookworm. Bookworm.
Here I am. I was just going to sing a song from Austria, where the children decorate their trees with candles and sing happy songs, and you pretend you can see the candlelight shining through the windows on the snow, and we're ready. All right? Oh, the candles were burning bright on the snow, soft and new. I was passing the tree of pine when I saw the cuckoo.
Holy-ah, do it with me. Holy-ah-hee-ah, holy-ah-cuckoo, holy-ah-hee-ah, holy-ah-cuckoo, holy-ah-hee-ah, holy-ah-cuckoo, holy-ah-hee-ah, once more and click twice or 3 times. Holy-ah-hee-ah, holy-ah-cuckoo, cuckoo, holy-ah-hee-ah, holy-ah-cuckoo, cuckoo, holy-ah-hee-ah, holy-ah-cuckoo, cuckoo, holy-ah-hee-ah, ho. Now, everybody out to the garden. Fast. going to sing a song from Scotland. See if you can, all right, see if you can hum it with me. It was written by Mr. Robert Burns. And here's how it goes. Cross your arms like that. Here's a hand, my trusty fear, and here's a hand all thine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for all mankind. For all mankind, my joy, for all mankind, we'll drink a cup of kindness for all mankind. Now let's all join hands. I'd like to close today's program with a poem from the United Nations called The Children's Charter. There shall be peace on earth, but not until each child shall daily eat his fill, go warmly clad against the winter wind, and learn his lessons with a tranquil mind. And thus, released from hunger, fear, and need, regardless of his color, race, or creed, look upwards, smiling to the skies, his faith in man reflected in his eyes.
We were honored today by the participation of the children of the following diplomats from the United Nations. Ambassador Kwazan Saki, President of the United Nations Security Council. Mr. Glennon of the United States of America. Mr. Markeyev of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Mr. Sinclair of the United Kingdom. Mr. Sumario and Mr. Salimun of Indonesia. Mr. Din of Pakistan. And Mr. Yarden of Israel. This program was produced by WCBS-TV in cooperation with the United Nations Association of the United States of America. This program was